Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome to our second annual Dragon's Choice Award. I wanted to just take a moment to say a huge thank you to Aubrey Giulio. She is the one who organizes, put this all together. I'm going to introduce her in a moment. So can we give her a round of applause? There's many things I love about her, but the one thing I love the most was last year I had said in my prior school we had this choice awards and let me explain it, and she said, cool, me too, at my old school we did it. So she was crazy enough to come along and we did this journey together last year, and she took it and ran with it on her own this year. So this has grown and we are adding more students every year, and these are one of the nights that we love as teachers, as administrators, as members of the Dragon community, to see that all of our students are recognized and celebrated, and we love you for organizing this, and thank you so much to the teachers for putting the names in. And I got the honor of calling all of you and inviting you. I don't know who chose your child, but we do have tissues for the night. So, and it is that kind of night. So I'll introduce to you the lady of the hour who did this all for us all the time. Give it to you.
Good evening, Dragon Choice honorees and families. My name is Aubrey Giulio, and I have the joy of teaching 7th grade English Language Arts here at Davies for the last 3 years. It's my honor to welcome you to the second annual Dragon Choice Awards, a celebration of the remarkable students who make our school community so special. Dragon Choice Award Night is an event that I look forward to all school year. And to fully understand the impact that it has on our students, our faculty and families, you really do just have to be here to experience the magic. This evening, we recognize 50 outstanding students, each nominated by a staff member who saw something truly exceptional in them. These awards are not about grades or test scores. They're about character, creativity, leadership, resilience, kindness, and the many unique ways our students shine. As we go through the ceremony, the staff member who nominated you will invite you up to the stage and share with all of us why you were chosen. After the ceremony, we ask if you could take a picture with the honorees and the staff member who nominated you outside the cafeteria. And to close this evening, we will have light refreshments afterwards. So we would love if you could join us and celebrate together. Congratulations to all of our Dragon Choice Award recipients. Tonight is your night. Ms. Kelly Wilbert is going to introduce our first award.
Hello. This young man that I am going to introduce to you all is the master of schmoozing, an actual math wizard, an artiste, an expert catcher of frogs, and the reason for so many of my school day smiles. He works very hard to be understood, which I am so thankful for because he has so much to say, and I have learned so much from him. He teaches us to notice and appreciate small wonders because they are often greater than they appear. Certain milestones to many of you may seem like small wonders. Learning to read, participating in a school field trip, eating lunch in the cafeteria, sharing a thought with a friend or a teacher. But to some of your classmates, these small wonders require significant strength, great perseverance, and courage. Stickle, hey Ryan, come here. Ryan, you should be so proud of yourself. You should be so proud of yourself and all of your accomplishments.
That is.
Yes. Miss Fuller and I, along with Mr. T, Miss Cat, and all of your friends, are so grateful for all of the time that we've shared together. I hope you know that you will always be a dragon, and we will always be here for you. Well said, well said. Thanks, everyone. So this next student, Ryan, you're done. This next student is so nice, she's been nominated twice. I'd like to invite Miss Tobin to come up to help me introduce the next Dragon's Choice Award recipient. This young lady often presents herself with a shield. She protects herself with a hard shell. I have had the opportunity to see this student lay her shield down in order to connect with and support the students in this school who face challenges unseen. She comes into our room with a smile, offers genuine friendship, and offers to help. While she may be known for a certain level of sass, in my neck of the woods, she is known for her compassion, empathy, and resilience. If you're not sure yet of who I am referring to, I'll let Ms. Tobin give you some more clues.
This young lady definitely has a sass. But like Ms. Wilbert said, she is also very kind and compassionate and uses that shield to protect herself and those she cares about. I've had the pleasure of working closely with this student this year as she has blossomed into the more confident, more self-controlled, and almost high school student that she has become. She worked so hard to overcome challenges and turn her 8th grade year into the best one yet. Not to mention working diligently daily to help me with my middle school lingo. I have learned how to clock T, show my agreement by saying tight, and find out in my class who needs that. Oh, and now I know how to pop my neck in any situation. Yep, you guessed it. It is our sincere pleasure to recognize Ms. Layla Watts. And honor her as one of this year's Dragon Award recipients. Thank you, Layla, for always being you and letting us know the real you. You are amazing.
When I returned to Davies in December after a medical leave, I was stepping into a new grade level, and a classroom of students had already experienced separate teachers. Understandably, many were hesitant, upset, and unsure if they could trust him to stay. From the very beginning, however, this student, Amelia, stood out. She welcomed me with a kindness and openness when I truly needed it most. She is quiet and soft-spoken at first glance, but she quickly revealed herself to be an incredibly thoughtful, witty, and genuinely special student.
Amelia brings a positive energy to class that is both uplifting and contagious. Her humor, often subtle but always sharp, has brightened countless class periods. She has a natural gift for storytelling, sharing moments from her life with such wit and timing that it feels like you're watching a seasoned comedian at work. Her unique charm has helped build a strong, supportive classroom environment, and it's helped me see some tough. She may not always demand the spotlight, but once you take the time to notice, it's clear that Amelia is someone truly exceptional. Her presence in both science class and grit has made a lasting impact on me and on her students. It has been an absolute privilege to be your teacher this year. Amelia embodies the spirit, kindness, and resilience that we hope to see in all of our students. And I can't wait to see what she does.
Okay, my second award goes to a student who is in a different class but has a very similar when I first returned to the classroom, Dylan Watkins was quiet and reserved. He was consistently kind and respectful, thoughtful. He was someone who contributed to class in quiet but meaningful ways. Over time, we discovered a shared passion for music and guitars. It comes in like every our conversations became more frequent and deeper because when I was his age, I also played. His enthusiasm and deep love for music was so genuine that it reignited my own. I found myself going home and picking up my guitar once again after years of letting it sit untouched. I had forgotten that there was a hole in front of it. His passion reminded me why I once loved it too. In the months since, Dylan's personality has truly come alive in the classroom. He's revealed himself to be a bright, creative, and humorous child. He and his friends often provide just the right dose of comedic relief, always lighthearted and almost always appropriate, which adds warmth and levity to our class culture. Dylan is the kind of student who not only grows academically, but also inspires the people around him. His presence has left a lasting impression on me, and I hope he continues to share his love for music and creativity with the world. I truly believe he has the potential to inspire others, just as he has inspired me. It has been incredible to have Dylan in class this year. He represents everything the Teacher's Choice Award is meant to honor: growth, kindness, passion, and a quiet faith. This final student is extremely special, and she was nominated by both myself and Mrs. Hopkins. So Mrs. Hopkins is just coming up to join me. Oh, Peyton, our saving grace, Peyton, what would we do without you? You are so helpful and kind to your classmates. You help people without ever making people feel. I can't talk, I'm sorry. You help people without ever making anyone feel remotely bad for needing it. I don't even really think you always notice that you're helping people. And the way you do so without expecting anything in return is a true display of both your character and your passion. There have been so many times when we both have glanced in your direction during any given situation because we knew that you were reacting in the same way that we were. This connection has been a blessing this year.
Your stories and the way you speak about things is as down to earth and funny as you are. We love hearing about your family and life outside of Davie. At this point, I feel like I know them. We hope that your parents love you. We hope that your parents, who you love so much, are aware of how amazing your daughter is. You're such a positive role model in all areas. You emulate so many of the values that are important in life. You're caring, compassionate, honest, reliable, resilient, and hardworking. Even when life is hard or heavy, you never follow the crowd. You just remain you. You care for yourself and others, make jokes, and just keep moving. You're friends with, or at least friendly with, pretty much everyone around you, all while remaining true to yourself and who you are. You are truly a joy. Your jokes, facial expressions, witty and sarcastic comments, your presence as a whole is absolutely fantastic and is really communicated. We're both so grateful to have you as a student, and we are both going to miss you so much. I mean, I'm adding this, but who's going to tell me that's where my slippers and toes That happened yesterday. We're looking forward to seeing everything you achieve over the coming years and further into.
I would like to introduce Ms. Peck, who will present our next three awards. Good evening, I am Ms. Peck, 8th grade ELA this year. My first award goes to Stephen Stefanko. It's been a memorable journey getting to know you this year, Stephen. As soon as you walk into class, I know we're going to have fun. Between your joke of the day, yes, it still needs to wait to the end of class. The fun facts that are not quite so factual, or your distinct laughter, you make my day brighter, even when I have to reel you in, quiet you down, or tell you that you, my friend, are a shining star. Never lose who you are and the aspects of what make you that unique and amazing person. Keep being you, keep shining, keep telling jokes, and above all else, keep smiling and waving through life. It is my pleasure to present My next award should be of no surprise to anybody in this room. Brexton, what can I say? Or should I say, how do I narrow it down? You will truly be missed around Davies. You have become a piece of this school, from being a part of NJHS, Student Council, athletics, media, and so many others, to just being a genuine person. You are well known throughout Davies. You never hesitate to help out when needed, whether it is a staff member or a fellow student. All those times I've needed your help, either in class, with the basket auction, you were there. I honestly don't know what we will do without you. That being said, I also cannot wait to see what you do in life. There is no limit for you, and you will reach and exceed your goals, I have no doubt. Keep seeing the good in people and the world, and above all else, just keep being you. It is my pleasure to present Braxton D'Amico as one of our... My last recipient, I believe, cannot make it today, unfortunately, but I would like to read what I have written. And if she is here, I would like her to come up if possible. My third award goes to Valerie Bindus. Valerie, there are so many things I can say, but I have so little time. I hope that over the last 3 years, our conversations were enough that you remember at least some of them in the years to come. I was there when you entered Davies, and I am honored to be here when you are leaving us for bigger and brighter things. I cannot tell you how much I will miss seeing you first thing in the morning and all of our chats, however interesting they may end up being. Yes, I'm talking about Grit. You've said before about the impact I've made on you, although I may tear up again, but I wanted you to know that you've made an equally strong impact on me. I expect to hear about your accomplishments in the future. Remember that only you are capable of holding yourself back, no one else. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. Aim for the sky, and you'll go farther than the stars. It is my pleasure to present Valerie Vindis as one of our 2025 Davies Choice Awards. I would like to introduce Ms. Aubrey Giglio to present our next 2 awards.
Makai, it has been an absolute pleasure getting to know you this year. Your energy, your stories, and even your lighthearted grumbling over assignments, what we come to school to do, have added so much life to our classroom. And of course, I'll never forget your very dramatic reaction whenever Miss Scott and I dared to block the web. It always gave us a really good laugh. You're the kind of student who leaves a lasting impression, and I know that I'll remember you fondly as you move on to 8th grade. Makai, well, you need to believe in yourself because you have so much talent, so much heart, and absolutely so much potential. Whether it's on the field, in the band, or as a leader here around Davies, I'm excited to see all the amazing things that I know you're going to accomplish. Never let anyone dull your shine. Your smile, personality, and spark are what make you truly one of a kind. It is my absolute honor to present you as one of our 2025 Davies Choice Award recipients. I have truly enjoyed watching you grow this year and seeing your passion for reading flourish with each book that you finish. Veronica, never stop being exactly who you are. This girl has the most inquisitive mind and creative spirit. She's a bookworm, much like myself, a dreamer, and has such quick-witted jokes. And she's such an old soul. The world doesn't always understand those who march to the beat of their own drum. But your unique personality is an absolute gift. It's what makes you so incredible, and no one can ever take that away from you. You are always unapologetically, beautifully yourself, and it brings me so much joy to see life through your eyes. We should all be a little bit more like you, Veronica, curious, thoughtful, and open to the wonder around us. Keep shining your light and writing your own story. The world needs more people like you. It's my pleasure to present you, as you've presented yourself, love you girl, as one of our recipients for this year's award. The next 3 students tonight were nominated by Miss Angelica Brown, but she was unable to attend, so I'm going to read for her. Frankie Napoli, I'm sure you're probably thinking, why was I nominated? I've been trying to be unrecognized for all these years. I don't talk much in class, I'm shy to new people. I mean, I didn't even speak but a few words the last time I checked in with you. But your silence and your minimal words are what make you so brilliant. I nominated this student for her growth and ability to step completely out of her comfort zone this year. In 6th grade, she was invited to my lunch bunch, but decided not to attend.
and I could not be more grateful that she took the leap of faith and decided to join this year. Fortunately for her, I did not do as much sharing or partner work. She participated though, and not to mention would even smile sometimes. I hope you continue stepping out of that comfort zone and never change who you are. Remember, you don't have to be loud to be heard. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. This award goes to you, my quiet Eagles fan, Frankie. Everyone's measure of success in school is very different. Some students are striving for straight A's while others are just trying to get here. This particular student in the beginning of this year was just giving it her all to be present, and that was all we could be proud of. Sometimes as students, we take that for granted. Mostly as adults, we definitely take it for granted. We want our students to have it all, but in this student's eyes, being present in class was the biggest accomplishment of all of them. Not only was this student present for her 7th grade year, but we have all watched her flourish. She went from lacking academic confidence to achieving amazing grades. She went from feeling alone to having a group of friends that she sits with daily and even hangs out with on weekends. Most importantly, she went from meeting a perfect stranger like myself, whisper, and not wanting to speak a single word to building a very positive counseling relationship with me, and for that I'm very grateful. This next award goes to a student that conquered a fear right before my eyes and chose to be brave daily, and that student is Ashley Jackson. This student I would consider to be an unsung hero here at Davies. This student does not get acknowledged enough for their kindness, academic success, and overall positive impact on our school community. One of those students that is always trying their best to do the right thing even if no one is looking. This student always leads by example here at Davies. He's staying out of trouble, performing well in the classroom, and building great relationships with staff and students. The one thing I can count on with this student is a hello and a smile, and that says a lot for generations of students. He's always participating in my social guidance groups, and again, leaving a positive mark wherever he goes. That student is James Harvey. I would like to introduce Ms. Hooper Jackson, who will come up to present the next award.
Hello, everyone. I nominated my student for many reasons. I've had the pleasure of teaching him for a trimester last year and again for my full year E-STEAM class. He has become a bit of a barometer in my classroom because I value the student's opinion and really trust him. This student is quiet and patient, kind but not a pushover, subtly sarcastic at times, and so very creative and bright. When I teach, this student listens, and sometimes as a teacher, it feels like no one is listening. In the first week of teaching him in 7th grade, I was doing a collaboration activity that I love doing in my classroom. And this student raised her hand and said, "I am so happy you are my teacher." I can't express how much that meant to me. I remember thinking, this student really gets this activity. It requires teamwork, but also teaches the lesson that if we only take what we need,
there's enough for everybody, that everyone in my classroom is deserving to get what they need, but we have to take care of each other and take care of available resources. Middle schoolers often lack empathy, but this student has it in spades, and he understands how to be a good human on this planet. For me, this moment served as a reminder that tiny, seemingly inconsequential moments can have such a large impact. Small acts of kindness go a long way. I'm sure he didn't know how much I needed to hear those words. I fear that the quiet demeanor of this student causes him to fly under the radar. In a world where the squeaky wheels often get the grease, students like this one do not get the attention they deserve. Therefore, I want to present the Dragon's Choice Award to Torin Yen. I want to recognize that he makes a positive impact on a lot of other people's lives. Torin? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I'm grateful for you, and I've enjoyed watching you grow and come into your own over the last 2 years. I told you this before, and I want to tell you again, before this crowd, before you go on to high school and beyond, that I see you. I see you and all the amazing things you offer. I would like to introduce Ms. Williams-Smith, who will present our next.
Every year since I began teaching in 2007, I have always had a student or two that I have connected with each year. Students that hold a special place in my heart. This year, a particular student connected with me since the very first day of school. I was able to talk to this student about dance, ballet in particular. I was a dancer until I was 25, and she is a dancer too. When I taught ELA in the beginning of the year, she would loudly say, "Hi, Miss Williams-Smith," every time she entered the class. I came to enjoy her greetings. When I announced I was leaving ELA and moving to social studies, she wrote me the sweetest card and had all the students in the class sign it. Her words touched me deeply and brought tears to my eyes. Luckily, I was able to have her as a social studies student in my new role. She is such a hard worker. She works well with other students and never fails to put a smile on my face each day. She will forever hold a special place in my heart. I will miss her, but know she will do amazing things in high school. Her future teachers will be lucky to have such an amazing, sweet student. The student that deserves this award is Alexa Hall. I would like to introduce Ms. Nagel, who sent our next award.
I'm Ms. Nagel. I'm a 6th grade ELA teacher. I would like to nominate Jaden Brown for the Dragon Choice Awards this year. Jaden has made tremendous leaps in his work ethic, patience, and resilience in my class this school year. He has experienced an incredible amount of growth. Jaden is a respectful, personable, and funny student. It has been a pleasure having him in my classroom. Not a day goes by where he doesn't unintentionally make myself or other students laugh. Yet he has matured enough to know when it's time to be serious, and he models that for other students now. There is much for which to be proud of him, and that's why I nominated Jaden Brown for the Dragon Choice Award. I got distracted, I was so teary. I would like to introduce Mr. K, who will be presenting the next 3 awards.
I was worried that the D was going to fall, and of course, I'm the one that hits it. Tonight, I have the privilege of presenting the Dragon Choice Award to a student who could probably power our entire district on pure enthusiasm alone. I'm talking about someone whose presence is totally chaotic, but only in the best way possible. Ladies and gentlemen, Kodiak Reader. So my students know me at this point. Cody's going to come up here, all my students are going to come up here and stand here while I talk about them, because that's just who I am. I first met Cody in 6th grade when he walked up to me, backpack slung over one shoulder, and said, "My name is basically a camera brand. I should definitely be in your class next year." Bold, direct, and oddly persuasive. Cody is passionate, loyal, full of energy, and has a heart bigger than most. Yes, he blurts out things, usually hilarious, and usually when I'm trying to be serious. I glare, he grins, I crack up, and suddenly we're both laughing. But beneath all that energy, Cody is deeply respectful. He'll call me sir, right before roasting me for, quote, having 0 riz, end quote. What people don't always see is the quieter Cody, the one who stays after school with late buses just to talk, real talks about life, the world, or sometimes just sitting in silence. In a room full of cameras and technology, he chooses connection. And that means more to me than he knows. My favorite memory was telling Cody that he tested into advanced media. He shouted, jumped, and probably scared every 7th grader in the hallway. But in that moment, I saw what every teacher hopes for, a student who finally believes in himself as much as I do. Cody, you're a spark, you're a light, and a slightly chaotic force, and you've left a permanent mark on me, and I am so proud of you. This one's hard. A protege isn't just someone who follows your lead. They challenge you, they grow beside you, and they occasionally roast you in front of your other students, and somehow still manage to inspire you every day. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute honor to introduce my student director, my protege, but most importantly, my buddy, Mason Sanchez. For the last 2 years, I've had the privilege of watching Mason go from a curious, energetic student into a driven, wildly talented young man with more personality than most. He's an accomplished athlete, a standout scholar, and somewhere along the way, he decided digital media and photojournalism weren't just electives, they were his thing, and he's really good at it. My colleagues call us the dynamic duo because he's usually at my side. We've produced live broadcasts, built school-wide media projects, survived endless technology malfunctions, and shared moments that range from inspiring to highly questionable. Case in point, the pen relays. Amazing event, incredible day, and somehow Mason and I ended up getting escorted out of a restricted building, which he'll blame as me, but I blame him. And of course, I have to mention wrestling season. You know, I can't joke with him during wrestling season because, well, Mason eats less when he's trying to make weight for a match, and he gets hangry, if you know what I mean. And just last week, Mason karate chopped my arm in class, so naturally I did what any rational professional educator would do. I took his shoe and I threw it across the room. This is the kind of bond that we have. It's chaos, it's hilarious, it's unforgettable. Mason, you're the kind of student that makes teaching feel less like a job and more like a privilege. I will never forget you, and I'm incredibly proud of everything you've accomplished and everything you're becoming. He's gonna make fun of me later for crying. All right. For the last 2 years, this student has been the heartbeat and the voice, the Hamilton Township School District. A student whose presence and positivity that has elevated everything we've built. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute honor to recognize TDN Chief News Anchor Giovanni Archundia. Gio is not just part of the media program, he is the media program. He's our lead news anchor, the face of our broadcast, and the voice that has connected an entire community. But as proud as I am of Gio's journalistic accomplishments, and believe me, I'm incredibly proud, that's not what stands out to me the most. What stands out most is Gio's heart. He is, without exaggeration, one of the kindest people I've ever met. He leads with compassion. Don't do that, you won't. He leads with compassion, treats everyone with respect, and goes out of his way to lift others up. Whether he's helping a classmate with a project or offering encouragement to someone who's having a rough day, Gio doesn't lead with ego. He leads with love and he leads with empathy, and that is a rare gift, especially at his age. I've said it to him many times and I'll say it now again. Gio has made a mark on this school. He is forever etched in the legacy of Davies as our first ever news anchor, a trailblazer who didn't just help build something great, but made it matter. Gio, I am so proud of the student you have become, and I am so proud of the journalist that you are becoming. Congratulations. I don't recognize you without a blood pressure machine, I'm sorry. Miss Mazza, who is our medical science teacher, is going to present the next few awards.
Good evening. Though I did not have Emily bugged in medical science, I've actually known her before she was even born, as her family and I have been friends for quite a long time. When I was placed in her ELA class at the beginning of this year, I was excited to have the opportunity to help her grow in her academic success, since I wasn't going to have her in my class. My placement changed and I was no longer in her ELA class, but she found the time to come to my class to update me on her condition and just check in. She is kind, strong, and an overall beautiful person. I have to add that she is a superb baker as well. Despite enduring constant health issues, she maintains her positive attitude and her good grades. I have no doubt that she will shine wherever her future takes her. Thank you, Emily, for being a sunshine in my days at school and in my life. I would like to introduce Mrs. Krefus, who will present our next 3 awards.
Good evening, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here this evening to celebrate all of our amazing students. I've taught 7th grade language arts for 21 years, and I would be lying if I said every moment was sunshine and rainbows. There are times that you feel defeated, unappreciated, and just plain tired. The students I am acknowledging tonight have always lifted my spirits, even on the most challenging days. In their own ways, they each remind me why I chose this vocation, and because of students like them, I come back each day and try again. The first Dragon's Choice Award I would like to present is to Christopher Vargas. Chris stands out for the genuine effort and warmth he brings to the classroom every day. He approaches every task with determination, never giving up, even when the work is challenging. Watching him work so hard on his NJSLA essay this year, my heart was bursting with pride. He was focused and diligent. What truly sets Chris apart, though, is his kind heart and friendly nature. Always ready with a smile, a thoughtful comment, or a helping hand for a teacher or a classmate. His positive attitude is contagious, and no matter how the day is going, he manages to lift everyone's spirits, including mine. He seeks connection, which is all too rare these days. His presence is a daily reminder of the impact of kindness and perseverance. I'm so lucky to have him in class. I can't wait to see what Chris accomplishes in the future. The next Dragon's Choice Award I would like to present is to Norrin Edmonds. Norrin is a quiet yet powerful presence, someone who leads not with words, but with action and heart. Whether keeping the rhythm steady in the percussion section or expressing herself through dance, she brings dedication, creativity, and grace to everything she does. Her work ethic is admirable. She approaches every challenge with focus and perseverance, never seeking the spotlight, but always giving her best. A talented artist, Norrin regularly shares her sketches with me, giving me a window to her thoughts and life outside of school. Her quiet strength and artistic spirit will leave a lasting impression on me. Most of all, I enjoy how I get to chat with Norrin daily. We meet up before homeroom, have a lunchtime check-in, and then I'm lucky enough to end my day with Norrin in my class. We chat about what our plans are after school, what we plan to have for dinner, or how we're going to spend various holidays and occasions. Each day before dismissal, she helps me close my room, she hits the light, closes the door, and we walk to the buses together. I'm so glad to have her in my class, and I'm excited to watch her grow into a person who will undoubtedly change the world for the better. Congratulations. And the final Dragon's Choice Award I would like to present tonight is to Julian Davis Rose. Julian is a wonderful example of dedication and thoughtfulness. He brings a quiet confidence to everything he does. His strong memory helps him pick up new material quickly and remember important details. Whether he's reminding the teacher to restart the computer, or remembering little details about a person, like how my favorite color is yellow, Julian shows his care and concern for others. Always considerate, he listens carefully, thinks before he speaks, and consistently shows kindness in his interactions. In fact, on Bring Your Child to Work Day, Julian was kind enough to give each of my daughters a little duck from his collection. They couldn't stop talking about what a nice person he is, and they ask about him daily, every day at the dinner table. They ask about Julian. Julian's steady effort, reliability, and sincere nature make him a joy to have in class. I'm excited to see who Julian will grow to be in the future. Congratulations. I would like to introduce Mrs. Giardino, who will present our next two awards.
evening. I am Mrs. Jardino, or Mrs. G. I can't believe they gave you a mic. Aren't you afraid of what I might say? Wait, there's a script. I'm very excited for my first award. I would like to present this Dragon Choice Award to Caleb Vaughn. Caleb, I know you're not surprised. Caleb was new to our district as a 7th grader. He's now in 8th grade. Having almost all students in 6th grade, unless they had band and choir. I didn't remember Caleb. So because I didn't remember him, I had to ask him. He seemed well adjusted. He had some friends in our class. He wasn't afraid to talk. But he really liked computers. When I asked him the question about 6th grade, he told me he was new to our school. It didn't take long for me to see that Caleb was a step or two above his classmates. In the technology world, he might have been a step or two above me. It's even, where am I? He was very good and completed every task that was asked of him. Sometimes even more. It's the even more times that really made a connection with me and Caleb. Let's just remember that this was a computer science class, and I had taught mostly science classes for my entire career. So sometimes we would come across a problem or a kink in an assignment. Caleb was always up for helping me figure out exactly how to solve the problem. I never had a doubt he would figure it out. What made it extra special is Caleb was always excited to show me how he figured it out. And it wasn't just me he would show. He helped his classmates. And he was never boastful or mean about it. It was refreshing to see someone who truly just wanted to help others do better. I was very excited to have Caleb again in my computer science class in 8th grade. First, because he actually chose my class and wanted to be there. This was my 3rd year now teaching computer science, and in 8th grade we learned how to make games. I knew Caleb was going, I'm gonna get through this. What are you going to do, Caleb? I knew he was going to push me and ensure that we knew exactly how to solve the kinks that would arise. But lastly, it just wasn't in class. Caleb would also join me when I invited students to have lunch in my room. He became part of the lunch bunch. It's just a time where we don't have to do any work and we can just really relax, talk, and learn different things about each other. And I always agree with his mom. Sorry, Caleb. Caleb, thank you for making my last 2 years at the Davies School memorable. These are the moments that I will miss the most as a teacher. It is my honor to present this Dragon Choice Award to you. Thank you to Caleb's parents. Where am I? Okay. My second one of the night. Elizabeth Parker, come and join us. Elizabeth is one of the sweetest students I have ever taught and coached. Elizabeth was in my computer science class as a 6th grader and was on the first ever Davies softball team last year. Although sadly I didn't have Elizabeth this year in class or on the softball team, that has not stopped Elizabeth from finding me every day. I get a smile, I get a hello, I get a good morning, sometimes 2 or 3 times. She finds her way, and I see this little head looking up into my window, and I know it's Elizabeth. My day is always made a little brighter when Elizabeth is around. She is sweet, kind, and always ready to give a hug. She is a ray of sunshine that truly makes me love what I do. There is not a day I'm in school and Elizabeth is in school that she doesn't find me. Elizabeth has made every day a little bit brighter. I hope you always remember that small acts of kindness, a smile, a hug, a hello, is all anyone might need to make their day a little brighter. Thank you, Elizabeth, for making my days at Davies School a little brighter. I am going to invite Ms. Jessica Tobin to come join me for this next award. We're not done laughing. We're trying to get through this without laughing or Ms. Tobin crying, which might puzzle some people. However, it will not puzzle Miss Cameron Russ. Come on down, Cameron. I don't know. Mr. K talked about roasting. I think Cameron roasts me every day. I'm just don't know that. I don't know. Cameron has been our ride or die academic team extremist for the last 3 years. She brings her full self to every practice and every competition. She brings laughter wherever she goes and reminds everyone that they can't take everything so serious. In addition, she will she will be and go anywhere she is asked, as long as we make sure to have some kind of food. You'll be happy to know there's refreshments here tonight, Cameron. Cameron has also been a member of our Davies girls softball team, where again, she shows up to every practice and every game without a complaint. If she's not playing, she is cheering her teammates on and bringing an energy to our bench that brightens everyone's day. We don't think it will matter where or what she does. Her beautiful personality will shine bright. Cameron loves to participate in every school spirit event and always has a witty approach that will make you smile and laugh for days. Miss Tobin's going to miss the random sneak-ins to her room for snacks. And when I hear Cameron yelling, Gigi, which she affectionately calls me, I know everything is right in the world. Thank you, Cameron, for being that light in the world. It is our honor to present this Dragon Choice Award to Ms. Cameron Russ. Now I'm done. Me. No, I can't. Okay. I would like to introduce Miss Oriente, who will present our next 3 awards.
I'm not even going to stand behind the podium because you probably couldn't see me anyway. Hi everyone, my name is Jamie Oriente. I am a 6th grade science teacher. This is my 3rd year. From the moment I met this student at her 5th grade tour for orientation, I knew that she was going to be a ray of sunshine at Davies. Now, as one of my science students, she continues to brighten every room she walks into with her warm personality and genuine kindness. I'd like to invite Olivia Campbell to the stage. Olivia is the kind of student who makes it a point to build meaningful relationships with her teachers and her peers around her, and her positive energy never goes unnoticed. She's a creative thinker who always brings unique ideas to the table, and her dedication to both her academics and extracurriculars reflects her strong character. I will miss having Olivia in class next year, but I know she'll continue to shine wherever she goes. On top of her kindness, on top of her kindness and creativity, Olivia brings humor and lightheartedness into the classroom that makes every day more enjoyable. She has a natural ability to make others laugh, and her cheerful spirits lift everyone up. She's also incredibly helpful always willing to lend a hand to both her classmates and to me without asking. Olivia is truly one of those students who makes the school a better place just by being who she is. Congratulations. All right, this next student, if I could hire this student to be my teaching assistant, I totally would, but the middle school budget does not cover that. Brittany Painter, please come up. Brittany's been an incredible help in science class, always jumping in, quite literally jumping, to help support her classmates and making my job just a little bit easier with her constant reliability and kindness. She's the kind of student who radiates positivity, always smiling and creating a welcoming classroom environment for everyone. What's even more exciting and amazing is watching Brynlee personally grow this year. She started out as very quiet in class, but stepping out of her comfort zone to audition for a drama production this year sparked such a beautiful transformation in her confidence. It's been inspiring to see her find her voice and thrive in new ways. She reminds me so much of myself when I was her age, and I'm proud to give her recognition she so deeply deserves. Sorry. Brynlee is one of the students who will leave a lasting impact, and I'm so excited to see how she does for the remainder of her middle school years. She's going to be missed next year, but I know that I'll never forget her. Brynlee, I'm so grateful for you, and as a huge thank you for all your help, it is my honor to present this Dragon Choice Award to you. My last award, you probably have seen this student walking around with Brynlee. Also would be my sidekick if I could hire one. Ishka Pathakar, please come up. Ishka and Brynlee are here. They are partners in good crime, as I say. They're always together, and like I said, I would hire her to be my teaching assistant if I could. Whether it's her plugging in the Chromebooks, helping organize a classroom, she's on the quiet side, but she's making a lasting impression through her respectful attitude, strong work ethic, and calm and dependable presence in the classroom. She's the kind of student who does not need to speak loudly to stand out because her actions speak volumes. What truly sets Ishika apart is that she formed personal connections with those around her. She genuinely cares for her teachers and her classmates, and always treats others with kindness, empathy, and thoughtfulness, which kind of lacks in 6th grade sometimes. It's been such a joy to watch her grow this year, especially when she, just like Brynlee, stepped into the spotlight as a part of the Leneke Players. Participating in the drama production helped her come out of her shell, and it was amazing to see her confidence blossom. She leads by example, and her compassion and quiet strength make her a role model. Ishika, I'm so glad to award this Choice Award to you. You are a true gem, and I am so proud to recognize you, and I will truly miss you next year. I would now like to introduce Ms. Panera, who will represent our next 2 Choice Awards.
Okay, this works. Okay, my first student that I'm nominating for a Dragon's Choice Award is Miles Salmon. Miles has consistently gone above and beyond this entire school year, and his intelligence and motivation never ceases to amaze me. He always comes to class prepared and ready for success, and is a great role model for his peers. Even when distractions are present and some classmates may be off task, he stays committed to the task at hand. The work he produces reminds me of the work I used to see when I worked with high school juniors and seniors. In fact, Miles could have fit right in. It has been an honor and a pleasure to watch him grow throughout this school year, and I know he will continue to thrive and accomplish great things. Students like Miles have the power to change the world, and he deserves to be celebrated for all he has done. Miles, I am so proud of you and can't wait to see what amazing things you accomplish in the future. Your intelligence, kindness, and maturity will take you wherever you want to go. It is an honor to present you with this Dragon Choice Award. My next Dragon Choice Award goes to Jasmine Johnston. Jasmine is the type of student that brightens your day when you see her. Every day she comes to class with a smile and positive attitude. And when you see her smiling, you can't help but smile too. She has had an incredible year and has done so well in ELA. She puts her all into everything that she does, and she advocates for herself when she needs help or clarification on the assignment. From her motivation to her intelligence and her kind, warm, and bright personality, she is a role model for her peers and someone who deserves recognition for all of her hard work. Jasmine, I am so proud of you and love having you in my class this year. Your creativity and sense of humor always made my days better, and it is such an honor to present you with this Dragon's Choice Award. I would like to introduce Miss Marshall, who will present our next 3 awards.
Hi. I'm going to try not to get emotional. I began here teaching 6th grade, and then for my 3rd year, I got moved to 8th. So these are like my babies, these 8th graders. All right. I have the absolute honor of presenting this Dragon Choice Award to a student who embodies the word empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. I first met this student when she was a shy and quiet 6th grader. Thankfully, I was able to teach her once again in her 8th grade year and had the honor of watching her grow into a headstrong, passionate individual who is mature way beyond her years. Eliza Stafford is effortlessly brilliant, the kind of student whose writing makes you pause and whose grasp of history always circles back to the deeper question of why this matters. Her social awareness is just as sharp. Whether we're discussing history or today's headlines, she brings a thoughtful, compassionate perspective that shows just how much she wants to understand and improve the world around her. I genuinely think this kid could solve world hunger if she tried. Most importantly, Eliza is often the only one in the room who genuinely laughs at my jokes, which makes her an obvious favorite if we were allowed to have favorites, not that we do. And when someone says something totally off the wall, I can just glance at her like I'm in an episode of The Office, and she's already giving me the exact same look. Total silent solidarity. She's always just as baffled as I am, and we just shake our heads and laugh. I am so beyond proud of Eliza. I know she will go on to do amazing things, maybe even solve world hunger. All right, this next one. This next student loves to tell me that back in 6th grade, I was constantly writing him up, like it was my full-time job. According to him, I basically had a write-up form pre-filled with his name on it. Well, guess what, Javier? I went back and I checked the records. You were written up exactly 2 times by me. That's it, 2. Let the record show I was not out to get you. But you know what's really funny? One of those write-ups was for wandering the halls for over 10 minutes, and now in 8th grade, when I let Javier out of my class for anything, it's like he enters another dimension. I call him my wanderer, because once he's out that door, it's a solid 15 minutes before he returns, and somehow he still has no idea where he was. Some things don't change. Despite all that, Javier is one of my absolute favorite students. He's got the biggest heart, a great sense of humor, one of the most genuinely curious minds I've ever seen. He asks incredibly thoughtful questions, not just about social studies, but about life, people, and the world around him. And let's talk about how he's always at my desk. I don't think there's a day that's gone by this year where Javier hasn't plopped himself down in my chair like he owns the place. I'm not even sitting there. The lesson's over, I look over and he's just in my desk. I guess I'll stand. But here's the thing, the growth I've seen in him from 6th to 8th grade is incredible. He's matured so much, he's learned how to channel his energy and curiosity into really positive ways, and it shows not just in the classroom, but on the football field too. He's an amazing athlete, a team player, and someone his peers truly look up to. Javier, you've come a long way, and I couldn't be prouder to nominate you for this award. Just maybe check the time when you leave the room, okay? All right, last one. All right, let me start by saying that nominating Kyla Rowe for this award, it was a no-brainer. But writing this speech was a little harder, because how do you sum up someone like Kyla in just a couple minutes? Let's start with this. Kyla is my partner in crime. She is exceptionally skilled at getting me off track. All she has to do is ask one question, just one innocent little question about my life, and suddenly I'm telling the whole class stories I didn't plan on telling, while the actual lesson quietly disappears into the background. My biggest mistake, I told her what town I'm from. I live in a town called Tabernacle, and apparently that is the funniest thing in the entire world. I have now been mercilessly, and I mean mercilessly, bullied by 14-year-olds who have somehow turned my hometown into a running joke, and Kyla is the ringleader of this. She has the entire class in on it in under a week, and they all say, Tabernacle, Miss Tabernacle. I don't stand a chance. But in between the laughter and distractions, there's so much more to this girl. She's smarter than she even realizes and a natural-born leader. She's one of the most caring and emotionally intelligent students I've ever had. She somehow always knows when a classmate is feeling down, and she's there offering support, cracking a joke, or just being present. And truthfully, she knows when I'm not at my best too. She's given me more well-timed hugs and encouraging words than she probably knows. Kyla, you are a one-of-a-kind human being. I'm so proud of you, and I will miss you more than you know next year. Never stop being a woman. Okay, I would like to introduce Ms. Nordeman, who will present our next 3 awards.
Hi, I'm Ms. Nordeman. I'm a 6th grade ELA teacher here. Today I have the great pleasure of recognizing a student whose hard work, dedication, and passion have truly stood out this school year. Jonathan LeBay joined my ELA class when his classmates were taking a test on material we had been reviewing for over a week. So of course he did not have to take it, but he really wanted to. Not only did he want to take this test, but he absolutely crushed it. And he has maintained this level of excellence every day since. From the beginning, Jonathan has approached all challenges with a positive attitude and an eagerness to learn, not just for the grades, but for the love of growth and discovery. Whether he is learning a new instrument, taking up a new hobby like DJing, or approaching a difficult assignment, Jonathan has consistently shown what it means to be a learner in every sense of the word. His kindness, curiosity, and commitment to personal and academic growth are inspiring, and his determination motivates not only fellow students to strive for excellence, but also adults like myself. I know that you will continue to accomplish great things, but it is my honor to congratulate you today on all that you have accomplished so far. Congratulations, Lisa. I would like to present this next Dragon Choice Award to a student who leads with empathy, courage, and grace. Chastity Walker is a force of good in our school community. She is inclusive, respectful, and always ready to lift others up. If a classmate is feeling shy or having a tough day, she gently offers them a kind word or a warm smile.
and always finds a way to make others feel seen, heard, and accepted. She faces all challenges with optimism, confidence, and determination, and her unwavering resilience makes her a remarkable young leader. Young girls like Chas are an inspiration. She reminds us that being strong means acting with kindness and compassion, staying true to your values, and doing what's right, even when it may be difficult. And through it all, Chas maintains a positive spirit and a great sense of humor. She is truly a delight, and I am so excited to see what her bright future has in store for her. Come on, Chas. Congratulations, Chas. My final Dragon Choice Award. As an ELA teacher, one of the greatest joys of my job is watching a student discover the power of their own voice. I am so proud to recognize a student who has done just that through her wonderfully creative writing, Sadie Robles-Riker. It is an incredibly impactful gift to express yourself authentically and eloquently through the written word, and it has been clear to me since day one that Sadie has this gift. Through her stories, she has the rare ability to transport her readers to another world, one of her own making, with compelling characters, imaginative storylines, and rich emotional details. Her writing is insightful and filled with heart, though she embraces feedback and seeks to grow purely for the love of storytelling and a dedication to the craft. Like all great writers, Sadie is also an avid reader, and the inspiration she draws from classics like the Goosebumps series or impressive authors like George Orwell is evident in her thoughtfully constructed narratives. Sadie's writing has inspired and moved me this year. I have no doubt that we'll all be reading her work one day in print, and I, for one, am so excited. Congratulations, Sadie.
I am just going to double back for 1 second. Miss Williams-Smith, will you come up, please?
My student is now here, so I am going to say my speech again for her so she can be recognized. Every year since I began teaching in 2007, I've always had a student or two that I have connected with each year. Students that hold a special place in my heart. This year, a particular student connected with me since the first day of school. I was able to talk to the student about dance, ballet in particular. I was a dancer until I was 25, and she is a dancer too. When I taught ELA in the beginning of the year, she would come in my class and loudly say, "Hi, Mrs. Williams-Smith," and I came to enjoy her greetings. When I announced I was leaving ELA and moving to social studies, she wrote me the sweetest card and had all the students in the class sign it. Her words touched me deeply and brought tears to my eyes. Luckily, I was able to have her as a social studies student in my new role. She is such a hard worker. She works well with other students and never fails to put a smile on my face each day. She will forever hold a special place in my heart. I will miss her, but know she will do amazing things in high school. Her future teachers will be lucky to have such an amazing, sweet student. The student that deserves this award is Alexa Hall.
Hello, they tell me I'm unintroducible. Sorry, my body fell asleep over there. You know, old men shouldn't have to be put last. It really hurt. Normally when I sit that long, I'm usually asleep in my chair at home with my dog on my lap. So this was tough. I am Jeff Gildner. I'm a math teacher here at Davies, 6th grade. Been here for 16 years here and 24 years in the district. And just so you know, I started at Shader as a 1st grade teacher, and I carried around a radio with me for the first year for dismissal, and they took it away from me. So, just like Ms. Giardino, having a microphone in front of me can be dangerous. My first nominee is Melanie Chavez Pavone. I'm hoping she's here. I see her there. I actually told Melanie that I'm the one who nominated her, and she said, "You're lying to me." I've had the privilege of teaching Melanie this year. When Melanie came to Davies, she was unsure of herself, didn't try very hard, and was always worried about how she would do in math class. As time went on, Melanie kept making statements about not being good at math, not understanding what we were learning, and had basically made statements regarding her uncertainty about math, her abilities, and her self-confidence. Then something changed. Melanie started completing her homework every night. She started asking questions when she didn't understand something. She realized that she can do whatever she set her mind to. She began doing better on her math tests, trying harder in class. She began believing in herself. I enjoyed watching her transformation to a confident, hardworking student who wanted to learn more and improve her math ability. I'm so proud of Melanie and all that she has accomplished this year. I look forward to watching her as she progresses through middle school and growing as a student and as a person. Keep up the good work. Good job, Mel. My next student is Juan Thomas Jeffers. Are you here? Now, I have to tell you something about Juan Thomas Jeffers. Honestly, I don't know who Juan is. It's the truth. Come on up, Juan. One day, someone brought something to my classroom and asked me to give something to Juan. And I said that I don't have any students named Juan. They insisted I was wrong. So I looked at my roster and realized that Juan wasn't Juan, he's JT. The only way I knew him was it's JT. My wife had told me during the summer that I was going to have a student, the son of a friend of ours from earlier in my career. She said his name was JT, so I never knew him as any other name until that day. JT is a quiet, kind, caring, and easygoing young man. He is always respectful and kind. I can't imagine him ever saying anything negative about another person. He is kind, caring, honest, helpful, and extremely hardworking. I am sure that he had moments where he was not confident about himself, but he never, ever showed it. I have watched JT mature and grow this school year. His confidence grew and grew. He is by far one of the kindest students I have had in my career, and he deserves to be recognized for his character and his integrity. I am sure that he will continue to make his family and himself proud as he continues to grow both personally and academically. And my third nominee is McKenna Graff. McKenna. Quiet, shy, caring, honest, helpful, sweet. I don't know what else to say. McKenna wants to participate in class all the time. She has the answers before I even tell her what the question is. She is unflappable. She's an amazing young lady. She does not allow anyone else to get on her nerves or bother her. McKenna's resilience and kindness can only be surpassed by her confidence in her ability in math. I'm told that she didn't like math in the past. You can't convince me of that. Sorry about it. McKenna I have seen McKenna grow and grow as the years progressed. I teased her since I teased her since day one because my position in 6th grade math was actually her mother's. You see, I took her mother's position teaching 6th grade, and she took my position teaching 1st grade 15 years ago. She looks around the room and sees posters that I have hanging up that were her mother's. She just smiles and moves on to the next problem. She always wants to do more. I cannot wait to see her succeed more and more as she grows and matures. Keep up the good work. Never change. You are such a special person. And she doesn't have a book in her hand right now. That's amazing. And with that, I would like to introduce the person who was stopping me from falling down while I was falling asleep over there, Mr. Dupre, who will present the next 3 awards.
To make sure Mr. Gilman makes it back to the seat safely. Good evening. This year I have the privilege of recognizing 3 outstanding students for a Dragon Choice Award. I'm going to call them all 3 up together, so please come up to the stage, Morgan McIntyre, Kadir Murray, and Catherine Jordan. Middle school, famously a time in adolescent development where nothing significant is going on. When children are calm, cool, collected, entirely rational, self-assured, confident in who they are as human beings, and when parents do not find themselves wondering, who is this stranger in my house and where did my child go? Middle school can be messy and mean and full of change. That's why I'm so grateful for students like this who are standing up here with me tonight. They are wonderful examples of what it means to struggle, to strive, and to thrive in middle school. Morgan, you're first. Morgan is one of the most authentic people I know. At a time when students are trying out all different kinds of personalities, Morgan stays true to herself. Whether it's talking about her hobbies, honestly expressing how she feels about any given situation, including but not limited to all of the wonderful songs that I enjoy torturing them in class with, breaking out into song herself, or her wonderful sense of self-deprecating humor, which is something we have in common. Morgan can remind all of us that being truly genuine is achievable and admirable and absolutely fantastic. Congratulations. Right here. What Mr. Kowalski almost did, Catherine. So, when some students walk into a classroom, they make sure to let everybody know that they have arrived. Other students, like Quadir, let their talents speak more quietly. Quadir is one of those students who is always growing, always developing and improving, even when he doesn't realize it himself. I cannot count the number of times that Quadir has said he doesn't understand something and doesn't know what to do, but with just a little bit of prompting, he creates incredible, detailed, thoughtful, and profound work. Watching Quadir make these strides without him even realizing it half the time has been an absolute privilege for me this year. Congratulations. All right, Catherine, you're last for me. I teach and I have taught many wonderful students. My first impression of Catherine from day one is that she was living kindness distilled and poured out into human form. My first impression has not changed. No matter what kind of day I've been having, from first thing in the morning to lockers, the third period on A days, I know that I can count on Catherine to bring brightness, good cheer, and positivity. Whether it's a wave, a "do you need help with anything?" I usually ask her to help me find my sanity. And it's an 11:11, make a wish, or occasionally something completely unexpected, out of pocket, and hilarious. Catherine always manages to make the day feel a little bit brighter. That's a gift that I am so glad she's been able to share with the whole school community, and I'm so grateful that I have been able to be a part of that. Congratulations. I am now going to pass the ball, so to speak, to our next presenter, the inevitable Mr. Nick Latanzio, who will present our next award.
Good afternoon. I am Mr. Latanzio. I have two nominees tonight. I've had the pleasure of teaching this student with Ms. Giglio all year. He's an amazing student and an even better person. One of the funniest students I've ever had. He'll put the biggest smile on your face with his funny quips or ridiculous dance moves, or even the perfect timing, 6'7", or random LeBron James outbursts. His comedic timing is impressive, and if you're having a bad day, he somehow knows and will do anything to make you laugh. An amazing student, and I look forward to next year and getting to know him even better than I do now. My Dragon Choice Award goes to Mr. Andy Bloom. We also rock, paper, scissors every day in class, so I'm going to beat him in front of all of you. This next student I met this year, he's an 8th grader, and I did not have the privilege last year, but this year it has been an honor to know him. He's an outstanding multi-athlete, 2-time undefeated champ, excels at everything he does. He was pivotal in both of those undefeated teams, and I have had the pleasure of being his volleyball coach. Being able to watch him grow, not only as an athlete, but as a young man, was truly an honor. And a huge moment. I'll get through, I promise. In the finals of the volleyball tournament this year, we needed 1 point to win. He had some trouble serving all night, and I reminded him every time just to keep his head high and focus on the next point. At that point, it was his turn to serve. He looked over to me, told me to call a timeout, came over to talk to me and said, "Coach, you got to put somebody else in." This selflessness and team-first mentality is one of the many reasons I've nominated this student. The amount of self-awareness and dedication to his team showed me he is well beyond his years mentally, and he will continue to do great things in life. He will also never admit this, but I did beat him one-on-one in basketball. Joking, he destroyed me 11-3, it's fine. And he also called me old the entire time. My Dragon Choice Award is none other than my volleyball MVP, Eli Sayers. the awards.
Hello. I have the great honor of presenting the Dragon Choice Award tonight to Surrey Wright. So this is my first year teaching at Davies, and actually my first year teaching altogether. And having Surrey in my class was such a bright spot in my career. Surrey is one of those students who may not be the loudest voice in the room, but when she talks to me one-on-one, her personality really shines. She never fails to say hi when we pass in the hallway, and always brings a smile. I also love when she brings Peppa Pig to class, even though Surrey may fall asleep. Now, math might not be her favorite subject, and that's okay. What stood out to me wasn't perfect scores, but the effort she put in every day. Surrey's always tried her best, asked thoughtful questions, and never gave up, even when things were tough. It's been a joy having her in my class this year. I'm proud of how much she's grown, and I know that the kindness and determination she brings with her will take her far. Congratulations. I'm excited to present this next award to a student who truly works harder than anyone I know. Sonia Ramos is one of the most hardworking students I've ever had the pleasure of teaching this year. In math class, she shows up every day ready to learn, to push herself, and to grow, even when the material gets tough. Her determination and focus really stood out, and she never hesitated to ask questions or put the extra effort when it mattered most. But beyond her work ethic, what really makes her special is how generally sweet and kind she is. She's thoughtful, respectful, and always has a warm smile or kind word for the people around her. She even managed to stick it out sitting between two of the most distracting students in the class and somehow still stay focused. Still stay focused, worked her hardest, and never once complained. She brings such a positive energy to the classroom, and I've loved seeing her confidence grow this year. It's been an absolute joy having her in class, and I can't wait to see all the great things she'll do in the future. Congratulations, Sonia. Lastly, I would like to present the Dragon Choice Award to Kaya Bradshaw. So Kaya, I had a chance to get to know both in the classroom and on the basketball court. I taught her in math this year, and from day one, it was clear she had a big personality. Even if she sometimes came in with her headphones, actually a lot of times with her headphones in, it got to a point where I had to start doing daily headphone checks just to keep her honest. But honestly, those moments are part of what made having her in class so memorable. Outside of the classroom, I had the privilege of coaching her in girls basketball, and that's where I really saw her confidence start to grow. Watching her find her voice on the court, encouraging her teammates, playing with more intensity, and owning her space was something really special. She's come such a long way, and I couldn't be prouder of the way she stepped into herself this year. She's also the queen of code words, always coming up with her own nicknames and phrases for people and situations. I had to keep track of who was who, because she had so many different ones, like Shayla and Apple, and it's so many. But honestly, that's what made it fun. She kept me guessing and kept things interesting. And even with all the jokes and teasing, I hope she knows this. I'm always here. Whether it's school, basketball, or anything else, I'm always ready. Sorry. A joy teaching and coaching her, and I can't wait to see where her confidence and big heart takes her next. Congratulations, Kaya. Sorry. I would like to introduce Mr. Palmentieri, who will present our final award.
Hello, I'm Mr. Palmentieri, and we've made it to the final award of the night. In case you didn't know, I'm the band director here at the Davies School, and I calculated out the hallway. Over 20% of the winners, I actually get the privilege of teaching this year, so congratulations to all those winners already. So this is my 22nd year teaching, and over the course of my career, I've actually taught over 1,000 students in music. The student I am presenting this award to today is very different from the other 999 plus students I have taught. This student actually did not practice their instrument the most this year. They were not accepted for All South Jersey Band, and they did not attend the most after school rehearsals. Next week, I'll be handing out lots of trophies to those students for band and choir that meet that criteria. However, this student has had the opportunity to see me inside and outside of the classroom, for better or worse. This student has accompanied me to many performances that he didn't even participate in. All South Jersey Band concerts, there was even a jazz festival when he was in 6th grade. He just came with me for the ride. I also remember after last year's Township Band concert when Oakcrest, Davies, and Hess joined forces at the Oakcrest School. After the concert, he was so enamored by one of the Oakcrest pieces. All spring break after the concert ended, we just talked about concert band music at home, and we talked about what pieces the Davies Band would play this year, so that meant a lot to me. When I find funny percussion videos on YouTube at home, we're able to sit there and watch them together. These moments have been very special to me. In conclusion, it has been wonderful to watch this student grow up the past 3 years in the classroom and at home, and I'm sorry for lying to you tonight, saying I did not nominate you before we left the house. Tonight, I am proud to present my Dragon Choice Award to my son, Isaac.
Thank you all for hanging with us. I know that it's long, but it's so worth it to see everything come together and to hear all the amazing things that our students are doing. So as we wrap up tonight, I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank Dr. Holmstrom and our other vice principals and other administration who are here tonight for helping to put this together and for supporting this vision. Tonight just wasn't about awards, but it's about recognizing the hard work, the kindness, and the quiet determination that happens every day in the classrooms and the hallways of Davies. Throughout this evening, we heard so many incredible words from teachers about their students, like she always shows her authentic self and brings joy to every lesson, or he makes me feel appreciated and seen as a teacher. These aren't just compliments, but reflections of the character, effort, and heart of these incredible students. To every Dragon Choice Award recipient, know that you are seen, you are appreciated, not just tonight, but every single day. Thank you to our staff for participating in this event, and families for offering your support and cheering on these amazing individuals. We're proud of what we've celebrated tonight and even more excited to share what lies ahead. Please help yourself to refreshments before you leave and make sure to grab a photo with one of your teachers.
Let me give a round of applause for Ms. Gillian for coming in tonight.